What's up, everybody? My name is Keyhole, and today I'm actually starting a kind of new series where I'm going to do profiles of Kingdom Hearts worlds. Where I was doing characters for Kingdom Hearts, I'm still doing those, but I'm going to start this too, where I'm going over everything from the world, from the enemies that are in the world, and from the things that happen that are important to the story in the world. And this first world is going to be pretty long because a whole lot of stuff goes on here, and that world is Destiny Islands, probably one of the most important places in the game, but I'll probably say that in a minute too. But that's enough talking, let's get to the analysis of Destiny Islands. Destiny Islands is one of the most prominent worlds in the Kingdom Hearts series, being home to the main three protagonists, Sora, Kairi, and Riku, and also being part of every game, even though it's only playable in Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories, and Coded. The world has a ton of prominent events that happen here, so I will go over them later on. But the world is an island with treehouses, secret caves largely, a tropical environment, and also home to the Papu fruit, which seems to have a prominent connection for the three main characters. This world also starts as the initial world, aside from Dive into Heart, which technically can be counted as part of Destiny Islands. But since there's so much stuff, I'm going to keep this background short because a lot of the stuff is going to be explained in later parts of the video. This world has had many visitors, but only 6 that we know live here, and they are Tidus and Wakka from Final Fantasy X, Selphie from Final Fantasy VIII, and also, like I said earlier, Sora, Riku, and Kairi. But there are many visitors, and they all include Axel, Xion, Terra, Aqua, Ventus, Vanitas, Young Xehanort/Xehanort, Wise Ansem the Wise, whatever, Ansem Seeker of Darkness, Zexion, Naminé, Roxas, Donald, Goofy, King Mickey, and I guess Ursula. But moving on to locations, the most important ones, I would say, are the secret place where there is a mysterious door inside and cave drawings. Also, the main lane in which the characters actually live when not on the island, which we don't get to see a whole lot. And it's also where we hear Sora's mom for the first time, or the only time. The small island that's connected by a bridge over with the Papu fruit tree, and also Dive into Heart area, which is actually inside Sora's heart. This next part might be a little long. Due to there being so many important things that happen here, I'm going to go through the games and name off important things that happen, starting with Birth by Sleep. At the beginning of Birth by Sleep, we see Xehanort was going to leave Ventus on Destiny Islands, but his heart was connected to Sora's and is revived and taken to Ericus. Sora as a child was living on Destiny Islands, where he accepted Ventus's heart into his own. Terra goes to Destiny Islands and performs the Keyblade ceremony on Riku. Vanitas talks Ventus into coming to the Keyblade graveyard here. In KH1, Sora meets a man in a brown coat, now known as Ansem, Seeker of Darkness. Destiny Islands is also consumed and destroyed by darkness, where Kairi disappears into Sora's arms, Sora gains the Keyblade, and Riku is consumed by the darkness. Near the end of the game, Sora enters a disappearing Destiny Islands, which is technically the end of the world, but it still looks like Destiny Islands, so I'm gonna go count it. And this is where he then fights and defeats Ansem. Then once Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, is defeated, Destiny Islands starts to reform, where Kairi is then sent back to the real Destiny Islands. In Chain of Memories, after Sora defeats Darkseid, Naminé reveals that Kairi is the one most special to him and that she's been manipulating his memories. Then when Riku enters the Destiny Islands, Zexion disguises herself as Sora, attacks Riku with a light, and in the light, Naminé tells Riku to use and accept both light and darkness, and Riku comes back and defeats Zexion. In 358 by 2 days, Riku finds and watches over an unconscious Xion on Destiny Island. In Kingdom Hearts 2, Kairi writes and sends a letter in a bottle from the mainland of Destiny Islands, and she is also then kidnapped by Axel from there too. And at the end of the game, Sora and Riku appear back to meet Kairi, Mickey, Donald, and Goofy, and that is the end of Kingdom Hearts 2. In Coded, it basically starts off as Kingdom Hearts 1 except with slight changes, and also one of the secret endings shows Sora, Kairi, and Riku receiving the letter from King Mickey about Aqua, Terra, and Ventus. And also in a cutscene from Birth by Sleep called Blade Points, we see Sora deciding what he's going to do about the letter King Mickey sends them. In Dream Drop Distance, Destiny Islands is a kicking off point in which Riku and Sora are sent for entering the realm of sleep for their mastery exam. We also see the brown-coated man, Ansem, who put a recruiting sigil on Sora and then controls their journey from there. Later, young Xehanort guides Sora and shows Ansem Secret Darkness, giving young Xehanort the ability to time travel. At the end, Riku enters Sora's heart and sees a place that looked like Destiny Islands and is confronted by Ventus, Xion, and Roxas. And then Riku meets Ansem the Wise, who says that he digitized his research and placed it in Sora, and those are pretty much all the important events that happen on Destiny Islands. When it comes to enemies, or normal enemies, we don't see a huge variety overall. We see 8 different types of regular enemies: Shadows, Barrel Spiders, Dark Ball, Creeper Plant, Crescendo, Tornado Step, Blox Bug, and Prize Bug. But there are a few bosses that do appear here: Darkside, Zexion, Data Zexion, Absent Silhouette Zexion, Ursula, and Ansem in the End of the World version of Destiny Islands. And you're able to fight Riku, Tidus, Selphie, and Waka. The world also has a few mini-games or objectives you have to complete, which are getting material for Raft, racing Riku, and also the very beginning of the tutorial and Sora's dive into Heart, where he answers questions and goes through the basic tutorial of the game. And in Recoded, you also go through the basic tutorial of the game and you have to track down and fight Tidus one time, and that's about it. Also in Dream Drop Distance, playing as Riku, you answer questions that are given to you from Xion, Roxas, and Ventus in Sora's heart. And I believe that is it for enemies, bosses, and little mini games that happen on Destiny Islands. The music on Destiny Islands is what you would actually hear if you went to a beach or somewhere. It is very islandy feeling, kind of upbeat, and its theme is different for all the games pretty much. With Kingdom Hearts 1 and Coded having near the same theme, it's a lot more upbeat than those of Chain of Memories, KH2, and Birth by a Sleeves Tribe, which are a lot more somber, slow, and it's beautiful, but it's a lot different than the main theme for it of Kingdom Hearts 1 and Coded. And then there is also an exclusive to Kingdom Hearts 1 track of Bustin' Up the Beach, which is pretty much the track that plays whenever you're fighting Tidus, Waka, Riku, or any of them. And it's that Go Get It music. And then there is also Night of Fate, which is exclusive to Coded, Rechain, and Kingdom Hearts 1, which is a lot darker but still a very fast music. Also, these songs should get a remix whenever they were in 1.5 and 2.5. I believe they were all remastered and changed in some way when those games came out. But that is the music for Destiny Island. Thought it would be cool to add on some little trivia facts about the world too. One fact is, apparently in the secret place, we see different sketches of Donald and Goofy, a dragon, a chocobo, a Disney castle, and a world with a crowd on it. Also, there in Sora's room, there is a Final Fantasy airship hanging from the roof with 2 dolls in it. Lastly, the world in general is referred to as island or islands throughout the game, but in Dream Drop Distance, Yensid finally addressed it as actually Destiny Islands.
Return you to the Destiny Islands, just before they were swallowed by...
And that is it for my profile of Destiny Islands. Tell me what y'all think about the video. This is one of the most important worlds in the series, and it's actually not as long as I expected it to be, so other worlds that don't have as much events that happen might actually be shorter than this. But tell me if there's anything you think I should go more in depth on, like items that you can find in the world. I was trying to get more of the overview and some of the other nitty-gritty details about the world down, but tell me if there's anything you would like me to add on to these profiles of the worlds, and I will do my best to put it in there. But yeah, that is it for my profile of Destiny Islands. Tell me what y'all think of the world, and my name is Arcane Keybit, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.